The Health Airline, aka the best thing to happen to UK downhill mountain biking, is almost complete. We've come to Jesus Bike Park, which is going to be the home of our new downhill track, Freeride track, epic track, and it's so nearly done. So this is the final track walk to show you guys what you'll be able to book on and ride, including an entire start ramp made of dirt to make a mountain that was already big quite bigger. We'll have to change the database on that one. Let's drop in. The opening section's completely different. There's sick looking gapped hips on the side that look so flowy, and optional rollers, because the start of this track is shared with the more tame Freeride line. So this bit's all about mixing advanced riding with kind of more flowy basic riding, but the whole thing looks so fun. Straight into another one there. Little double. You can go round it, but everyone's going to jump that thing. Probably flip that thing. We've already seen this transfer, but it's actually ready to ride now. This place is so nearly ready to go. The last video I did when I came here, we've already filmed a lot of the stuff up the top, which has been groomed and fine-tuned, but the bottom, you wait till we get down there, they've built this entire motorway section. It's insane, but this hip's changed too. So last time we came, this hip kind of looked like it would feel a bit awkward. It was projecting you into the trees. And the whole point of me being involved, and Health Air and Shimano are involved too, they've partnered with us, is for me to come up here and kind of give advice as a fresh set of eyes. And this hip has changed so much. We said just make it shorter, steeper and full 90. And now I think this jump you could either, like guys that aren't that confident with right hips can cut the corner of this and still hit that catch berm behind. But people that want to go to the moon finally can. And coming out of that berm, dropping down, huge hip, and then you're locked in again to more downhill track. I think this is like a massive recipe for success, and there's more. Right, this next section is just my favourite. The trees, the little trees that probably weren't here 5 years ago, make it all feel way more appealing. Like you could go into those trees and not die. They might actually bend. And when you hit the big jumps, you'll be above them, so the view will be insane. This little skipper, I mean, it's not little at all.
It's not that little, is it?
It's probably 18 foot long, like at least over 5 meters long. This is the first place where you could really probably ruin yourself, but it's in such a nice area. They've had a tree down, but this was the left 90 degree hip, which I love the look of. Not everyone has ridden 90 degree hips, but the landings are all so wide and so like level and even that you've got just as much choice to land there as you have at the top there. Even if you overcooked it and landed down here, you've got time to correct yourself. Fierce little sharp spin drop, and then down into a ridiculously fast berm, like full G out, right berm, left bowl, which will be another G out, and then like, I know there's another tree down, but another little correction zone before what I think of the top section of this line is the, well, it's the coolest bit. Look, little log drop, about 5 foot high, 15 foot long, land instantly into a left berm, instantly into a 6 foot takeoff that's actually steep. Alf shape this, and it's like classic Alf jump, just really naughty takeoff and a little bit step down landing, which you'll see. Look how big this landing is. They've actually made it bigger since we were last here. And then, you ready to drop in again, Ben? So you've done your backflip no-hander, or your ghosty or your bail, you've got back on, and then we got 3 slap turns, so like bang right, bang left. I think you could gap all of this.
No thanks.
And then into another ridiculously fast right. And that is the top section. There's a little bit more down there, but let me show you the lower bit. That's Freeride line. So just up there, the Health Air line merges with Freeride line, which is already really fun. It then splits again for the lower section, which I'll show you. It's just flat out, massive jumps, completely different to the top, but you can session the bottom. Like the uplift tractors and Land Rovers go up there, so you can session the top or the bottom or do both. You never get tracks with that much tech flowy stuff anchored to this sort of huge flat out balls to the wall jumps. I'll show you. You can imagine how much speed this is going to give you just for jumps. And then this is an idea we had last time we were here, which is to put like a really nice right hip in the hill. All the trees need taking out, and we've also suggested, I think this should go down 2 foot, because then you'll make that takeoff 6 foot high and get all the step up out of making the ground lower, because the water can just go down there. So this hip will be unbelievable just to roast, and you'll see with the landing you could just land anywhere on the bank. So if that ground goes down, this landing will be a step up relative to the takeoff. And I think they're going to bowl it out even more. The road's just up there, so it'll be funny being on the uplift, just watching people do huge moto whips out there. And if you don't like big right hips, you can cruise on by beside it. That's the perfect thing, because we're back on like a shared trail now. It's all really nice and wide and flowy. That's like almost putting trails, like dirt jump style trail jumps, in a downhill track. I kind of think that's what this project was all about, injecting a bit of new inspiration back into the community, and we're lucky enough to kind of be behind it, along with Shimano, and hopefully a lot of you guys will book onto this place and come and check it out and ride it, because it'll be quite an achievement riding this line, and you'll see why. Very, very fast berm, like don't look right. No one needs to be going that way. The main trail that they're kind of renovating goes straight on. There's a really sick overlap further down. But the Hellfare line goes to the right. So all this wood's here to build a kind of 3 sleeper high drop. Right now, the landing is down there by that tree, which is so gnarly. It's doable, but so gnarly. But what will happen is this whole kind of area will get graded. That rain rut will be removed, so you can just plop off it. So before that will be the first like hard braking spot in the entire track. And then this is like the true drop in to the big booters. I think if you just land anywhere here, you can then get all your speed back. But that tree worries me a bit.
Are they going to take it out?
No, Alf wants to leave it. I kind of respect him for that. But you're just going to have to drop in, mate. You ready? This is the fast left berm. Oh! And this,
my knees can't take
that's
it.
going to be so quick.
Whoa.
This is the first motorway jump. This is the first motorway jump.
That is
Little
so
lip on
big.
it. Let me go and stay here, Ben. Look how big that is.
It's massive.
That is brilliant. This completely like contradicts everything up top, which is small tech and flowy. This is just a setup for the next one. But I love this jump. Gaz has also tracked in with the 3 ton, like a push up. So this bottom motorway can be just purely sessioned from up there where those sleepers are. You'll be able to hit all of these jumps. But the good thing about these big jumps and the way they build them, all the landings are nice and, well, this landing's nice and rolled over. It's wide, it's long, it's fast, and it has to be fast because the next one's insane. This step down, I mean, it's going to be hard to judge speed for this. There's going to be plenty of speed, but it'll be hard to know. It's got a serious lip on it. And the landing be all the way over there. So you can land here. That's full width to the left, and the lower bit to the right is here. All of that landing is usable. The whole thing.
It's massive.
How good's this jump? But still, the landing's pretty rolled over. Like you could come a metre up short and be okay. 1.1 metres, you'll be brown bread, dead, toast. But like, there's so much case pad and usable space. Now the next jump was like the USP, the selling point of the whole line, really. For me, we just said, last time we were here, if you watched the last video, you'll know, we were looking for a place to just build like a Darkfest step up. Not as big as Darkfest, but just one of those step ups where you come in so fast, get so much air time, but land with so little energy. And that's what they're going to do here. Look, it is going to be a tight corner. We've discussed quite a bit about how at that speed you're going to be able to get around this left turn, but that's a tunnel for the other main track that comes down. So we're jumping an entire track, entire tunnel, and like having like discussed takeoff dimensions and things earlier, we're going to make the takeoff about this big. Chest height from you, Ben. I think that's about 13 foot, something like that.
Oh mate, it's going to be huge.
But it needs to be. Like the jump before is 40 foot with a downhill landing, a downhill berm. You're only going to gain speed. Tunnel's not small either.
So cool.
They do this at Dovey, all the track crossings.
So it's going to go. Where's the landing going to be?
Well, not that far. Just the other side of the tunnel. I don't think the gap needs to be long, it needs to be high. So as long as you can turn all that speed coming down the motorway.
It's definitely going to be high.
Into airtime. Let me get up on there so you can relate. Parkour! Just clearing this alone is quite a massive jump, isn't it? But it's all about taking away your energy and your momentum. So if you wanted to try a Superman seat grab or a no-hander, or just try a huge step up for the first time, you can just land somewhere on the landing and be okay. But right now, that's the end of the track, and it's biblical. The bottom's completely different to the top. We're really lucky to have the chance to work with these guys.
Your ankles won't take that, mate.
Look, if I can do this, I can do the track. See? Swish little 180. Yeah, so massive shout out to Kersroost Bike Park for having the vision to allow us to come on board. Shout out to Gaz and Alf who have spent 200 hours in the digger already.
That's insane.
Yeah, and Shimano for partnering with us on it too. Won't be long now. Legends.